I just don't know what to do with my manipulative mother. I am 28, am a cardiologist in training, pursuing a PhD, managing various international projects plus having another part-time job at outpatients clinic. I have been living alone for 3 years. I always had a good relationship with my mother, 45, I thought it was better than most of my peers. I've always had the feeling that she wasn't satisfied with how I did certain things, but I never explored it more deeply, e.g., that I don't work hard enough. Everything changed about a year ago when I introduced them to my new girlfriend. Honestly, I thought they would be thrilled with her. Well-mannered, college-educated, intelligent. I never realized that her tattoos would be such a problem. On the day of the introduction, my mother called me, and the next day she even came to my house in person ASAP. I had to listen to how much I had hurt her, that I was a bad son, and that I had disappointed her. She managed, in less than 2 hours, to analyze my girlfriend and concluded that she was a bad person who liked to harm herself and was mentally disturbed because she had tattoos. She gave me an ultimatum, either her or my girlfriend. She then told the whole family, so I also received similar phone calls from my grandparents. After numerous emotional meetings and text messages, she took back the ultimatum as if it never happened. In her eyes, I have to make a compromise. I shouldn't mention my girlfriend. I should act as if she doesn't exist and continue visiting them happily as before. Of course, it didn't work. I didn't like visiting them. It was emotionally draining. Every time I mentioned her first name, we argued. When she saw my location at the place where my girlfriend works, I received blackmailing text messages. When I posted a photo with her on social media, my mom had to unfollow me. I tried to limit the frequency of visits to my parents. But every time I don't come, I get a message about how cold I am and that I don't make my parents happy. Going LC doesn't help either. She always finds a way to contact me somehow. Of course, I always defended my girlfriend in front of them. And when they made inappropriate comments, I ended the conversation and left. She doesn't know about many of these things. She doesn't deserve to suffer unnecessarily. It's unfair for her to be insulted by people who don't even know her, especially when she doesn't deserve it. None of my mother's predictions about her have come true. I've tried to find compromises and gradually get my parents to at least a certain level of acceptance. However, I'm exhausted by this and see no way out. I'm tired of hearing how I've failed as a person, how they sacrificed their whole lives for me, and that I'm ungrateful, that I don't care about them, that my girlfriend is more important to me than they are, that I'm selfish for not caring about my parents' happiness. No argument seems to work. It's as if my feelings don't matter. Everything I bring up from the past is misunderstood, or supposedly happened differently than I remember. They say the whole situation is my fault because I knew my mom didn't like tattoos. But I've long realized that this isn't really about my girlfriend, but about me. My parents don't understand that I wasn't choosing between them and my girlfriend, but that I chose myself and the ability to make my own decisions. However, they still think that if I broke up with her, everything would be perfect again and we would all get along. I don't feel that way, though. I feel like they have completely humiliated me. I feel that they are not good people. I've even started to doubt myself. I've even tried many times to view the situation from my parents' perspective, wondering if perhaps I made a mistake and caused the entire situation myself. Objectively, I know that I have already achieved more than my parents did in their entire lives in terms of work. I have a perfect relationship with my girlfriend. I don't even think I'm morally at rock bottom. I've acted correctly towards my girlfriend as she is the most important person in my life. I believe there are many things my parents could be proud of. Despite this, I feel trapped. Just the thought of living in the same city as her evokes a sense of lack of freedom in me. Still feel something like a mother gaze or a sense of her constant scrutiny. I'm not looking for any advice. I just wanted to vent anonymously to some strangers on the internet and see if anyone has had a similar experience. I'm trying to find hope for improvement, haha. I know exactly what I need to do and am looking for the inner strength to do it, to go to the therapy and to cut all ties with them. However, I find this extremely difficult due to the past. My father is a former alcoholic, and I was my mother's support during tough times. I also feel sorry to lose contact with the rest of the family, especially my sister, 23, still living with them, but also my father. They don't share my mother's views, but they don't openly oppose her for the sake of household peace. It's challenging also because just over a year ago, everything seemed to be fine. At least I didn't realize that it wasn't.